Tonight, heading to the front lines, we're hearing from a local nurse who says despite the risk, she's ready to help combat COVID-19.
Plus, with more than $2 million in funding to help with the burden of COVID-19, Duluth city officials are asking you how the money should be spent.
And Minnesota's governor talks about reopening the economy, how he's planning to keep things sustainable and safe.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A Duluth intensive care unit nurse is headed to the front lines in the fight against COVID-19.
Molly Yevzheski just received approval for an 8-week travel position to work as a COVID crisis ICU nurse at a hospital in Queens, New York. Right now, New York City has 162,000 confirmed cases and is reporting more than 12,000 deaths. Tonight, the nurse tells CBS3's Kevin Jacobson, despite the grave risks, she's hoping to make a difference.
A nurse in St. Luke's intensive care unit, Molly Yevzheski, thrives off the rush of the job, knowing she's helping people.
I've always been somebody that cares about others. I'm a very high-paced person and kind of an adrenaline junkie, so I went to the ICU right away.
It's what's driving the 27-year-old to head east to the epicenter of the United States COVID-19 outbreak. It's a plan that unraveled in just a few short days.
Because it was unexpected, and now that I've sat down, and last night was my last night shift in the ICU, and everyone's saying goodbye.
Starting Monday, Yevzheski will spend 8 weeks as a traveling COVID-19 crisis ICU nurse at Flushing Hospital Medical Center in Queens.
The patient load is intense. You got 30 people on ventilators in the hospital.
Yevzheski is coming prepared as hospitals face a serious shortage of personal protective equipment.
I'm actually bringing my own respirator from the hospital and stuff like that. And my neighbors have been making me masks.
She admits she's concerned about getting sick, among other things.
Transportation is a mess, I guess, out there right now. My mental and physical health is going to be huge.
Leaving behind her 3 dogs and missing out on a family milestone.
My sister is due for her first baby boy in June.
For now, Yevzheski is focused on starting her temporary job, which covers housing, food, and transportation, and comes with good pay.
Like my mom says, no amount of money is worth your life. So my main goal is just to get back healthy and help others.
Yevzheski is one of thousands of healthcare professionals filing crisis response positions across the country. We hope to check in with her in a few weeks to see how she's doing.
All right, Dave joins us for a look at the weather. Dave, I sure could get used to some of this sunshine we're seeing.
Yeah, it was very beautiful today after a cloudy, rainy day yesterday. The sun coming out today sure looked beautiful, but it comes with a price, of course, because Minnesota didn't get as much rain yesterday as Wisconsin or Michigan did, and now the fire danger has come up to elevated levels, according to the National Weather Service. Let's take a look at sky conditions right now, and we have a bright, clear sky for a lot of towns, a few clouds for others, and temperatures have warmed up nicely. Yesterday's cloud cover kept things on the cooler side, but we're back towards the upper 50s, lower 60s for a lot of our places, though towards the UP, where the clouds lasted longer, just like I figured, temperatures are cooler, only in the 40s. Tomorrow, temperatures will stay in the 50s and 60s for our area as we fire up the forecast for our day planner for Thursday. It's going to call for a partly cloudy sky, high temps getting into the 60s once again, low relative humidity readings. That fire danger could stay up at least through Thursday, maybe a portion of Friday. Friday night, we do get a chance for some rain. Will that help solve the problems? We'll figure it out together coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. $2 million from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development is heading towards Duluth. That's according to Duluth Mayor Emily Larson. The money is a part of 4 different funds that can go toward a variety of things, such as small businesses, homelessness, and rapid rehousing. City staff has already started working on ways to use the money, but Mayor Larson says the city is also turning to the public for ideas. Once public comments are received, city officials will meet with the Community Development Committee to make sure recommendations made by staff and the community align with federal guidelines and meet the needs of the city.
And so what we can do now is go out and serve some underrepresented communities and some under-resourced communities in some really creative ways. We have worked hard as a staff. I want to thank our planning and economic development staff who have been incredibly innovative.
If you would like to submit a comment or learn more about the funding, we have a link on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Allocation of money can begin as soon as next month. Meanwhile, St. Louis County got more than $2 million in federal grant money, and they too want your input on how to spend it. The money is part of the CARES Act Congress approved to help communities respond to COVID-19. The county wants help prioritizing how they use the funding. It can only go to projects outside of Duluth. You can take an online survey to share your ideas. We have a link on our website.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers and state health officials are rolling out new COVID-19 tracking and support tools. The new data page will be on the state's Department of Health website. It tracks investigations of outbreaks in facilities that hold large amounts of people, like prisons and long-term care facilities. Officials say there are currently 187 facility outbreaks throughout the state. They also announced increased funding to help families in need pay for lunches. The DHS is offering more than $140 million in food benefits. Those are available through the first part of June.
Some non-essential businesses in Wisconsin were allowed to reopen this morning. That includes dog groomers like Miranda's Smooch-a-Pooch Salon in Superior's Billings Park neighborhood. The owner says being closed the last month was hard on her 17 employees, and especially the dogs. She says some dogs need to be groomed to prevent matting and infections. Now that she can open, she says she's taking precautions, like only having 2 groomers work at a time and limiting appointments to dogs that need it most.
We are concerned about the pets and their needs, so it's awesome that we can help out the ones that are in really bad shape. And I think that our express grooming this weekend will really be able to help us get a lot of dogs to the point of life back to normal.
That express grooming she just mentioned there is a drive-through style service that plans to offer on a first-come, first-served basis. Other Wisconsin businesses could also reopen today, including small engine repair shops and outdoor recreation rentals. 565,000. That's how many unemployment applications the state of Minnesota has received since mid-March. Department of Employment and Economic Development Commissioner Steve Grove gave an update today, saying the department is still processing applications from self-employed workers. They've paid out about 40,000 applications since opening up benefits to those people last week. Grove says if you're self-employed and you've applied, you don't have to do anything else. If you have not applied, go to the state unemployment website and follow the directions. He asked for patience as they work through everything. They are backdating payments.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said the state will continue to gradually reopen its economy and increase its coronavirus testing. The Democrat said that today and added he will provide more details about the plan on Thursday.
So I think what you can expect to see, and I think by tomorrow afternoon when we're ready to announce this, I would preview to you that we're going to continue on this pace of moving Minnesota into more opening.
Walz continued there, saying that could only happen if Minnesotans continue social distancing and other safety protocols. The Minnesota Department of Health reported another big jump in coronavirus cases today as the state ramps up its testing capacity. The governor's remarks came while he visited Worthington today. That's the home of the shuttered JBS meat processing plant. The plant closed a week ago after a COVID-19 outbreak sickened more than 200 workers. Governor Walz met with pork producers and union leaders today. Yesterday, President Trump ordered all meat plants to stay open. That means the 2,000 workers at JBS Worthington could soon be back on the job. Union leaders are asking for PPE and safety guidance before returning to work. The plant had to euthanize 3,000 pigs today that they were unable to process.
Aircraft production is taking off again at Cirrus. The Duluth-based company paused that work, furloughing some employees in late March. They still have not confirmed how many were furloughed, but we do know some employees stayed on to make PPE. After Minnesota's governor lifted restrictions on industrial businesses last week, today Cirrus reps told us they started increasing aircraft production on Monday. They have not confirmed how many furloughed employees are back to work. Cirrus reps say they have adjusted policies, processes, and revised schedules with employee safety in mind.
Let's take a quick look at the number of coronavirus cases in our area. Michigan has 28,000 active cases and more than 3,600 deaths. Wisconsin has 3,900 active cases and 308 deaths. And Minnesota has 2,300 active cases and 319 deaths. Worldwide, there are 2 million active cases with 1 million recoveries.
Firefighters in Hibbing made quite a rescue last night. According to the Northland Firewire, a man suffered a medical emergency while on the roof of a two-story house. Since the man was becoming unresponsive, firefighters had to use the ladder truck and a Stokes basket to lower him to the ground. The Firewire says the man was treated and taken to a local hospital.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, despite commencement ceremonies being canceled, one Grand Rapids business is making sure all of the local graduates get the recognition they deserve.
Plus, Dave will be in to tell us how long the sunshine and warm temps will last.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Bakke, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. CBS 3 News is brought to you by Steel Power Tools.
Beautify and protect your home with LP SmartSide trim and siding from Jim Crawl Construction. Made in northern Minnesota, LP's engineered wood technology offers superior protection against hail, wind, moisture, and decay. LP combines durability, beauty, and versatility to complement the style of almost any home. And when you hire Jim Crawl Construction, you'll have peace of mind knowing that northern Minnesota's go-to guys for home improvement are on the job, backed by over 50 years of experience.
I'm Nick Bolton, and these days...
Hey there.
Hey there. It seems everybody has a pair of tactical sunglasses.
Good morning.
Morning. But what if you already wear glasses? Then you need these flip-up tack glasses. These new glasses fit right over your existing eyewear to give you all the benefits of our tack glasses while you comfortably wear your regular glasses. Plus, like all tack glasses, flip-up tack glasses feature Bell & Howell light filtering technology that makes invisible objects suddenly become visible. There's just nothing like them on the market today. Here you go, buddy.
Thanks, Nick.
Act now to get your flip-up tack glasses for just $19.99, and we'll even ship them to you free. But wait, order today and you can get a second pair. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-699-7431 or go to flipupglasses.com. That's 1-800-699-7431 or order online at flipupglasses.com.
Let's be honest, Mom might be going a little crazy during this quarantine. This Mother's Day, celebrate her with a shimmering pendant from Numi Jewelers. Go to NumiJewelers.com and we will ship it to Mom for just $84.75. Shop the entire line for 25% off. Numi Jewelers thanks you for shopping local.
Join our team at St. Anne's. St. Anne's Residence is calling to service nursing assistants, LPNs, personal caregivers, and food service workers. We offer excellent pay, bonus opportunities, and great people to work with. Apply online. Together, we are St. Anne's strong.
Did you know that Hibbing Community College offers collegiate level volleyball, softball, baseball, trap league,
and men and women's basketball?
Did you know that Hibbing Community College costs just $5,500 per year for tuition and fees? And it's among the lowest college tuition in the state.
Did you know that you can earn a degree as a dental assistant or heating and cooling technician in just under 10 months? Now that you know, schedule a visit or apply online at hibbing.edu.
Thursday, look what we have here. The season finale of Young Sheldon.
I found this letter from Caltech. How could you not tell me that Caltech wants me to go to school there?
Because you're not going, so it doesn't matter.
This could be a huge opportunity for him.
I've put together a presentation detailing the reasons why I should be allowed to go to college.
Gather the family for the Young Sheldon season finale, Thursday on CBS.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by LifeView Glaucoma Center.
Here on the deck today, the weather is gorgeous. Yesterday, it was a little chilly, a little windy, and a little rainy. Most of the rain, though, fell for Wisconsin and Michigan, where the rain totals, almost said snow there, rain totals went from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. That was enough to put down the fire danger, at least for a day. Here in Minnesota, even though Duluth managed about a 1/2 inch, Much of the rest of northern Minnesota didn't get to that level, and so we're facing some elevated fire dangers here this afternoon and this evening, probably until sunset. So let's take a look at that map. It's going to show that the National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement, and it covers elevated fire risk for northern Minnesota, pretty much from Carleton County, maybe even northern parts of Pine County up through the rest of the northern half of the state. It's because the relative humidities are low and the winds are gusty, and of course the sky is clear and the weather is dry. Once we get to sunset, temperature dew point get closer, relative humidity will go up, and the problem should go away for at least a little while, but it could come back again tomorrow. So the thing we need is more rain, and we may not get any more around our region till Friday night, and that's just a narrow window, which we'll talk about in a bit. Right now, our window looks at the current conditions at the airport in Duluth, where it's 61 beautiful degrees, but low relative humidity, only 34%. North winds going 15 miles per hour, and our air pressure is 1,015 millibars, only 2 millibars, 3 millibars higher than it was during the rain yesterday, but that's enough to put down the clouds at least for a little while. High pressure settling in has brought a clear sky to much of the area, though the departing low from yesterday is still keeping clouds going for parts of the UP and parts of northern Wisconsin as well. But with that high pressure settling in, I think it's going to take over more firmly for everybody tomorrow, and it will dominate our weather picture for our Thursday, bringing in sunshine to all towns, clear to partly cloudy sky. And it's backed up by another high farther to the west, but wedged in between is a trough of lower pressure, and that's the agent of change that could bring the clouds and a 40% chance for rain come Friday night into Saturday morning. Then by Saturday itself, the high pressure takes over again and keeps us dry perhaps until Monday or so. So more dry than not for the next several days. Forecast tonight in Minnesota calls for low temps to be in the 30s for most towns here. Partly cloudy sky with a north wind 5 to 15. Those rain showers, a pipe dream perhaps, just a vague chance near the border they could pop off very, very briefly. In Wisconsin and Michigan, a similar process, maybe a little lake influence for a couple sprinkles overnight. We'll probably sleep and miss them, low temps in the 30s there. And then for tomorrow, that high pressure really puts down the clouds and brings in the sun and kicks up the temperatures from the upper 50s, probably through the lower 60s, maybe even mid 60s. That's Wisconsin and Michigan's forecast. Into Minnesota, we're looking for a similar range of temperatures to go from the 50s by the lake to the 60s inland, maybe even 70 for International Falls. Now, the extended forecast says for the most part the next 7 days will be dry. The exception will be that Friday night chance for the bit of rain shower activity coming across, then a sunny, warm weekend, then a bit cooler for next week, and our next rain chance, Tony and Kristen, comes around Tuesday, Wednesday, 40 to 50% chances for that go-round.
Those are some spring temperatures I can get used to. Thanks, Dave.
With 2020 high school graduation ceremonies across the country postponed or canceled, people are coming up with some pretty big ways to still honor the grads' accomplishments. CBS3's Leanne Valdez shows us how one Grand Rapids business is making sure each graduate is honored.
When you drive down Highway 2 in Grand Rapids, you'll catch a glimpse of this billboard behind me showing off graduation pictures. The idea sprouted when Paul Shorma, owner of High Road Advertising, noticed business had slowed down, causing some open ad spaces needed to be filled. He and his wife Kayla thought what better way to fill it than to honor the seniors of Greenway and Grand Rapids high schools. The couple put a call out on Facebook and pictures started flying on in. Shorma has 3 billboards around town in 2 separate locations that rotate through showing off 250 seniors. Other businesses in the area have even jumped on board.
We've even had some of the businesses that are advertising on here giving up their slots or donating them to run the senior pictures on it. The hospital did that, which was a big one. Ron Nesvold Construction, they gave up their slots for the whole month of May.
Shorma says this is completely free, and they are still taking in pictures of more seniors.
All right, thanks, Leanne. And coming up tonight at 10, we'll get to hear from some of those seniors on what being on the billboard means for them.
With Grandma's Marathon canceled this year, organizers are helping hospital workers get through a different kind of long-distance race. Grandma's Marathon sponsor Cliff Bar donated 7 million bars to food shelves, healthcare workers, and first responders across the country. 7,500 of those were delivered to St. Luke's employees today. Grandma's Marathon reps say it's a small way to thank our healthcare workers.
Coming up next in sports, Duluth Marshall girls hockey makes a big coaching hire. Kelly Hinseth is in with all the details coming up next.
Take up to 25% off the North Face now at northwestoutlet.com.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
The nursing program at Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is really challenging, but it has to be. It's approved by the Board of Nursing. And graduates here have been successfully passing the state board exam. They give you real-world experience with healthcare institutions across the community. I'm really glad I chose Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College.
Our health professionals are working tirelessly to keep us safe. Our showrooms are now open, and for your convenience, you can now shop online, in-store, or by personal appointment. With any $499 purchase, Home will donate $50 to feed our local heroes. And for you, our neighbors, we've made our stores safe, and we're offering our best pricing with up to 15% off sale prices, plus free no-contact delivery during this unprecedented event. Help us feed our local heroes, and we can't wait to see you back at Home Furniture.
You've got questions and plenty of work to get done. At Northland Lawn, Sport, and Equipment, we're here to help. We can meet with you on FaceTime, Skype, or Zoom, or schedule an after-hours appointment to limit public exposure. We'll pick up and deliver parts and equipment, and we have discounted parts and service appointments. We're all in this together, and together, we'll get the job done right.
A great smile is so much more than just a physical attribute. It's a part of every laugh, adventure, milestone, and connection. At Lake Dental, our team is committed to getting to know you and your specific dental needs. With our IV sedation, forget any dental anxiety and wake up with a new smile. Express yourself confidently with the help of Lake Dental, where artistry is in every smile.
Call Lake Dental today for your free smile analysis.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW. Cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
This is the part of the war that's going to get really ugly.
You just sunk my game. No, I'm done. Oh. Do not talk to me ever again.
This is the time for another undercover operation. This is called the spy nest, just like a bird nest.
Don't start getting paranoid.
I'm not paranoid.
New Survivor tonight, 8/7 Central on CBS.
It's not just a job. Line them up.
It's an adventure. A new SEAL team tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Following the girls' high school hockey season, Duluth Marshall head coach Stephanie Erickson officially announced she would be stepping down after 2 successful years as the Toppers head coach. The school announced today that they have found Erickson's replacement, and it's a good one. Amanda Boulier has been named the Toppers head coach. She spent last year as an assistant coach for the Toppers. Prior to that, she spent 2 seasons as an assistant at Yale University for the women's program there. Boulier has an impressive resume, to say the least. 3 years of coaching experience, 2 at the Division I level alone. She was a pivotal part of the St. Lawrence hockey program as a player, serving as the team's captain in her senior year. She has also spent 3 years in the National Women's Hockey League, 1 season with the Connecticut Whale and a season with the Minnesota Whitecaps. Of course, she would have had another season under her belt should the season have finished. The leading infectious disease expert in the country says widespread testing for the coronavirus with timely results is needed before major sports can safely resume. In an interview with the New York Times, Dr. Anthony Fauci said that if safety cannot be guaranteed, then we may have to, quote, bite the bullet and say we may have to go without sports for a season. 2 weeks ago, Dr. Fauci suggested keeping players in quarantine with routine checks for the virus as a possible solution to how leagues could safely resume play. Fauci said the key variable will be whether the U.S. medical industry can gain broad access to testing that quickly yields results. He said manufacturers have made strides in developing tests, but not enough to ensure the safety of players and fans at major sports competitions. He also commented his comments come as Major League Baseball, the National Basketball Association, and other leagues are scrambling to find ways to safely bring their players together to train and play games with or without fans in attendance. After the Major League Baseball gave clubs the option to issue refunds yesterday to fans that currently hold tickets, the Minnesota Twins announced that they will be doing so. Twins will issue refunds for tickets paid in full for April home games. Ticket holders will automatically receive a credit paid in full to their account. This, of course, applies to tickets directly bought through the box office. For more information, you can visit MLB.com/twins. And the increasing optimism around the MLB returning also comes with a desire for teams to play in their own home parks. The season is looking for a start in late June or early July with at least 100 regular season games. Along with that comes a possible new plan to split the league for 3 total divisions for the 2020 season. It's a 10-team plan in which teams play only within their division. The traditional American and National Leagues would not exist, and the realigned divisions are based solely on geography. The concept seems to be gaining support among owners and executives. The plan, pending approval of medical experts and providing that COVID-19 testing is available to the public, would eliminate the need for players to be in isolation and allow them to play in their home ballparks without fans while reducing travel. And some sports is better than no sports, so I'm on board, but we'll just have to wait and see. That's going to do it for sports. We'll have more back at 10. Kristen and Tony, I'm going to send it back to you.
Speaking of in our own ballparks, you might have noticed Kelly's back in the building here with us. Welcome back, Kelly. We've been at home for a while as we try and practice safe social distancing. It's good to have you back.
Good to be back.
Thanks, Kelly.
Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, the Wisconsin fishing opener is now just 3 days away. We're taking a look at all the new rules and regulations that will be in effect to curb the spread of COVID-19 during the season. We'll be digging into what you can and can't do, what's enforceable, and how the DNR will be patrolling the lakes.
And before we go, Mattel Toys is announcing the launch of its Thank You Heroes line of action figures. Mattel says the toys honor the individuals leading the fight against COVID-19, as well as the everyday heroes who are working to keep communities up and running. The assortment includes 16 different action figures featuring a selection of doctors, nurses, EMTs, and delivery drivers. All net proceeds from the toy line will go to First Responders First, which is an initiative created to support first responders, healthcare workers, as they serve on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Absolutely heroic.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
for sure. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here at 10.
CBS